Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and buenos dias from sunny Interlagos. I am here to introduce a brand new season of Ultimate Racing League Saturday Championship and a departure from our previous Saturday Championship. Some of the names and faces will be familiar to you, including my majestic voice as your host, Panic at the Tesco. But we have a completely new competition for you this season. It's going to guarantee thrills, spills, and lots of spins, I am sure. We have the Ferrari versus Porsche season in GT3 machinery. We have dropped the slow stuff. We are only in the fast GT3 cars for this season, and we have a choice of car. You can either pick a Ferrari or you can pick a Porsche. Pick your allegiance. Which do you think is going to be the faster car? It'll change each week, I dare say. But we have the Ferrari 296 GT3 versus the Porsche 911 something something. And I don't have a favourite out of those two. I actually hate both of them. But our competitors had to pick one of them, and we will get ourselves down to the grid. We'll introduce our new cameraman Pedro for tonight's racing here at Interlagos, and then we'll get underway and we'll figure out the rules as we go. So without further ado, let's get down on the grid and let's introduce this season's contenders in League 2 of our Saturday Championship. And here we have our first of our competitors starting on the back row of the grid in 9th place on his season debut, but not his URL debut. It is Lebillion, and he is going to be driving that Ferrari, which seems to have some extra vents on the front of it there. I think those are just drawn on because that Ferrari definitely doesn't have vents on the front of it. But his Skechers liveried Ferrari 296 there. He'll be starting on the medium tyres, trying to pick his way through the field with some longevity. Starting one space further ahead in 8th place, we have another returner from last season. So we have got Stealth here in his Ferrari 296 and carrying over his colour scheme from the last season, the darkest car on the grid. Then we go further forwards to a very, very German-looking Porsche. This is IQ-CW4, returning again from last season here in League 2. This Porsche looks the business, doesn't it? Car number 69. Is that a racetrack on the roof? No, it's not, but some very Germanic-looking livery on that car right there. Then we go forwards to someone else that you may know very well. This is Hoyland. Hoyland going for purple on his Porsche this season. The purple Porsche is very easy to say. Let's have a look at his livery and his sponsors here. So you know what, you can't I was thinking it doesn't say Hoyland anywhere on the car, but it does in big letters on the back. And plenty of tuning companies sponsoring that car. Very Need for Speed-esque, I would say. So that is in 6th place. We move up to 5th place. It's great how they've numbered these grid slots, isn't it? So we've got Vane, who has been racing at the end of last season in the manufacturer's season, and he has decided to take the Ferrari, and a very similar colour scheme to Hoyland behind, but unmistakably a Ferrari, and also it is black at the front. So there we go, Vane doing very well there to qualify in 5th place. Now we move to our front runners. So in 4th place, this is Carlsberg. He's not gone with a Carlsberg theme, and he's got rid of those Tesco sponsors that he had on the car last season, but a very frightening looking 911 here. Yes, you see a lot of 911s with these teeth on the front, but he's got gold teeth. He's paid his dentist wisely there, and has the gold teeth on the car. Very, very lovely livery, quite scary. Now here is a new face, and I just have to quit back here just and double check. It's Mighty Kid. I thought it was. I just kind of forgot in the moment, so we'll not edit that out. But Mighty Kid joining URL. Welcome to URL, mate. I hope you have a good time. Hope you enjoy this commentary, and I'll try and remember your name, mate. I will try. I could have just looked on the side of the car somewhere, couldn't I? So Jägermeister, classic Porsche livery with Jägermeister. The Germans like to sponsor German things, don't they? It's a very German, very orange car. So 911 there in third place. In second place, we have our host. I think he's hosting this season. If not, I apologise. But this is Rufus making a strong start on his first race of this season, pulling up there right on the edge of his grid box. Look, you don't actually control where you line up, but he is right on the edge of the grid box there with a stunning red and black livery, reminiscent of his Porsche, and interesting to see him not driving a Porsche after he drove one last season. So he's fancying the Ferrari, and it's done him well because it's put him in second place. And then we go over to our pole sitter. Who could it be? Could it be me? Could it be you? It's neither me nor you, unless your name is Silly Shot. Silly Shot with the default livery on the car. It might not actually be his real livery because I'm having some problems with the replays. That car's actually wider than the grid box, isn't it? Wow, what a wide car. But it is first blood then to Porsche. They have got themselves a pole position here in League 2, but it's every man for himself. And here, Silly Shot taking the first pole of the season. Let's see if he gets down to turn 1 in the lead. So, with all that ado, let's have a quick check of the tyres and then we'll get rolling. So, everyone is on softs except for 3 people, which is Vane, IQCW4, and in last place, Labillion. So they will be starting on the medium tyres. Look out for them going longer into this race. You will also notice it doesn't say a number of laps at the top. That is because this is a timed race, I think. I don't actually know the rules. I have no idea what the rules are for pit stops, fuel, or anything. But we're going to make it up for this first video, and then for the next video, I'll pretend that I knew. Without further ado, let's go to our new cameraman Pedro for the start of the race, and the lights will be lighting up any moment soon. And it is 4 lights, 5 lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the first time. And Silly Shot gets a great start, and there is a car not moving there. There is a car not moving. It is our newcomer Mighty Kid not getting started. Rufus holds on to second place. Carlsberg holding on to third, and we've got another car off in the background. There is a car off in the background. It is IQCW4. He's not made it out of the first corner. Oh no, and we can see Mighty Kid has managed to keep things going. Oh, Hoyland having a massive moment as well. He's getting out onto the grass, onto the curbs. Let's go back and watch that start from Hoyland's point of view. So he comes down into the Senna S, nipping the curb there, and Stealth gets a bit of a slide on, and he gets out wide now, but he's just ran out of grip on the outside. He kept his foot in it. He maybe should have backed off there. So Hoyland having an accident, IQ having an accident. So will we get a safety car? Let us see. I don't think we will though, because enough people have kept going. Mighty Kid manages to get himself through Ferragura. No, it's not Ferragura, it's Decina del Lago. My apologies. I will learn the corner names. Vane with a 1 second penalty. He must have ran wide down at the bottom there at Ferragura. As we enter through Bico de Pato, for the first time we have got Silly Shot in the lead with Rufus carrying him there in second place. That Ferrari got off the line surprisingly well. The Ferrari is not an easy car to get off the line, so I was quite worried about the standing start, but Rufus is applying the pressure here to Silly Shot as we go up into Juncao onto the back straight. We climb up the hill here. Really important that you get a good exit through Juncao, because it's flat out all the way through to the start finish line from here, and Rufus is ducking right into the toe. Silly Shot he's a bit too far back. I don't think he's going to have a chance to dive up the inside into the centre S. But let's have a look. He's thinking about it. It's later on the brakes. Duck across onto the inside, take all of the curb there. Now you need to be taking all of the curb on the right hand side. He didn't take all of that curb, but Silly Shot getting out wide as well. So now he's going to have a run down the retro posta. He doesn't need to overtake Silly Shot because Silly Shot has got a penalty. Unlucky. Rufus having a look here anyway, just making himself wide in the mirrors. Let's have a look down the grid and see what else is happening. So Mighty Kid has already made his way back up into 4th place, maybe helped by some of the chaos and the carnage happening behind. We have got Vane here in 6th place, making his way through all that carnage. Stealth, the big benefactor from that starting melee there, though. I mean, it's not a melee, they didn't hit each other, but they, I should call it teacup, shouldn't I? They were spinning around like it's going out of fashion. Silly Shot here is going to have to serve his penalty as he goes up the hill in the final sector. So all Rufus has to do here is bide his time, but Carlsberg's caught onto the back of them. Carlsberg had fallen off there through the centre S's, but now we have well, he's caught up because Silly Shot is just maybe holding Rufus up a little bit here. Actually, it looked like Rufus had a bit more pace. Here we go, he's taking his penalty. That is going to drop him down at least to 3rd place, unfortunately. Well, I say that, Carlsberg has got a run here. Let's follow it. So he's ahead, they're side by side, and the camera doesn't know what to do, but he has got the line. Porsche versus Porsche, and the Porsche comes off better. Hitting that curb. Oh, is he going to hit the curb this time? Yes, much better. This is going to help his speed down the retro posta. He's got on to 2nd place. Now, can Carlsberg go after Rufus? That is the question. Slightly more tyre wear on that Porsche, but actually only on Carlsberg's Porsche. So last season, Carlsberg was famous for wearing out the tyres on his Lexus, and we blamed Lexus for that quite a lot. Now, is it actually something that Carlsberg's doing with his driving? We'll find out. There's nowhere to hide tonight. He's on those racing softs. He's got to make that fuel last. I don't know how long the race actually is, so I'm here until it finishes. We are 4 minutes in already, a couple of laps in. Mighty Kid has now cleared Stealth. Stealth nowhere to be seen in the background, it must be said. A whole corner behind. Stealth has got to hold off Vane. So I think we might see a bit of a battle forming here. Ferrari versus Ferrari. But we do currently have a Ferrari out in front, followed by 2 Porsches. So it looks like so far the prancing horse is going to be superior. Now Silly Shot has got a great run here. Oh, I think he's again too far back here. The slipstream's just not going to be powerful enough, and Carlsberg is already in the toe of Rufus anyway. Big toe specifically. Oh, and we've got a spin. He was on the grass. So let's just go back and watch it. But what happened there is he just got his wheels ever so slightly onto the grass on the right hand side, trying to use as much of the track as possible. Is our cameraman Pedro going to get this? Yes, so look there, he is out there on that grass. If we go on board to the rear view camera, well, there you go. One wheel is not doing any turning and the other 3 are. So the result is a bit of a spin. Here we go, and he's span it round, and he's backed out of the way, and we'll get going now. But unlucky, he's now going to have to do all of that work again to catch these guys. Let's see if he can get back onto the back of this battle. But now Rufus only has to hold off one Porsche, a single Porsche, the singular of Porsche's Porsche, and he just has the one in the mirror. But he's got a penalty. Now he will have ran wide at some point down into I still can't remember that name. Is it the Desira de Algo? That's the one. So yeah, very easy to run wide onto the curbs on the exit of that corner, and we'll follow them on board as they go through that corner one of the laps, just to see how people are taking it, and I'll throw in my 2 cents of how I would take it. And interesting, by the way, I'm a bit of an expert on this Ferrari. I've been driving it myself on Sunday seasons. I know the car very, very well, but I've not driven it around Interlagos, so I am clueless myself on what a good lap time here is. Now, Rufus has served his penalty, and this has got Carlsberg in front. Carlsberg pulling across at the last minute there. Now, is Rufus going to try and do anything? He's way too far back. But he's a lot later on the brakes, is Rufus. I've noticed that. That's now 2 laps in a row. He's about a car length later on the brakes. Now he's missed the apex on the right-hand side. This is going to compromise him massively down the retroposta. And you see there, Carlsberg just able to pull away. So let's watch Carlsberg through Desida del Lago. So braking and turning across, finding that apex, getting on the power nice and smoothly. This is a beautiful attempt at this corner, braking exactly where he needed to and getting the front across without sliding it. Now this corner, you've got to keep it to the inside like he is doing. He could have used more of the track limits on the outside there, maybe take a few more miles an hour, keep it a bit wide on the exit, but keeping it very tidy there, must be said, as he went through the corner that doesn't actually have a name, by the way. Well, it's Ferragura, but only the first part's called Ferragura. Now as he's coming through Maguglio, and Juncao up ahead is one of the hardest corners to judge the braking. Where's he going to brake? He brakes nowhere near any of the brake markers because there aren't any. Oh, a big mistake for Rufus in the background. Oh no, he took the Kimi Raikkonen approach to that corner, didn't he? Going off track and finding the barriers, and he gets a penalty for the pleasure. The stewards are out in force tonight with the penalties, must be said, and cost him 2.8 seconds there, so he could have maybe done without that. Let's see what else is happening. So this has brought Mighty Kid in with a shout of second place. He must have been kicking himself after the first turn, but anything can happen in League 2, and it usually does. This is League 2. It's where people are tend to be learning the trade, so mistakes tend to be a bit more common in League 2. But not to say anything against these guys. These guys are all. I mean, some of the racing I'm seeing here is fantastic, especially watching Silly Shot through Desina del Lago that last lap. So let's have a look at Silly Shot through here. So his tyres will be wearing a bit now. Taking 4th gear actually. How much curb is he taking? He's not taking much. Maybe you want to take a little bit more curb there, and he's fighting the car, but short shifting, keeping the power in check quite nicely. Brake when you pass the curb on the right there, and he's just got a bit of lag. If you're wondering why he just randomly went sideways there, that wasn't him, that was just the server. You can never find the inside of that corner down there. The camber really hurts. But he's on for nearly a personal best here. Very good exit there, and sets him up nicely up the hill. He's got a bit of lag, but here we go. Rufus took that half a second penalty, which has helped Mighty Kid get into second place. I was just thinking, that's a bit early on the straight, but now here's some advice here, is that the lap times here are 2 seconds off the pace. Because of that penalty, it just demonstrates why it's not worth pushing the extra amount and getting that penalty. Because if you'd have pushed less, you maybe be a 1/10 of a second slower. Hoyland becoming the first person to pit. So Hoyland having enough of the soft tyres and thinking it is time for a set of mediums, please. Will he have enough fuel to make the end of the race? I don't know, because I don't know how many laps there are. I don't know how long I'm going to have to talk. But close battles on track, well, there's not too many, but I'll try and keep it interesting for you. I'll do my best. You never know what might happen. I think Rufus is going to have a go at trying to get back past Mighty Kid, that's for sure. And Silly Shot has recovered from his spin, and due to these penalties has managed to get back in touch. Oh, look at Rufus. Rufus having a look round the outside there. You very rarely see an overtake through there as we go into Juncao. Now, Rufus needs to try and get himself in that slipstream up the hill. It's a very long straight this, so if you're within a tenth or two, you should be able to pass down into the centre S's. Is Mighty Kid aiming for the pit lane? He is. And has he managed to keep it in the lines? I think he has. It's reasonably easy to keep it in the lines here. So Carlsberg also pitting. Carlsberg with a bit more tyre wear, but actually quite a lot more on the front. So Carlsberg is doing definitely something to wear out those front tyres, isn't he? And the pit crew are once again playing musical statues, it must be said. Let's have a quick look at how long a pit stop takes, because you never know what the refuelling rate is. It's quite fast, it seems. So they are putting that fuel in at a gallon a guzzle, and he's not fully refueled it, so it does suggest that there's not many laps left. He will be eyeballing how long he thinks this race is going to be. I guess we are going to 15 laps, something like that. There he is, so maybe it's going to be a 20-minute race, and IQ coming out alongside Carlsberg here, but they're not racing for net position. This is just for track position, and keeping it within the lines just about should be okay for both of them. So what we have here is worn mediums against new mediums, so Carlsberg shouldn't really find it too difficult for long, but let's see where the front runners now pit, whether they're going to try and go longer on the soft tyres. Let's see what we can read into the lap time. So Rufus obviously with penalties and things, so it's hard to say, but it looks like they've dropped about 0.6 of a second with the tyre wear. So I think it is about time for medium tyres, and that siren going off just there means that someone farted. So unfortunately, hold your breath. And Vane takes the lead on this alternate strategy on the medium tyres. Labillion up into second place, also yet to pit. Let's have a look then. So how much fuel are these guys going to put in? That's the big question. So Rufus filling the tank. So either he's done very different maths to everyone else, because Silly Shot only put 67 in the tank. Now Rufus is going to carry around a lot more weight, and I thought for a second then that Stealth hadn't put any in, but no, he is refilling it as well. We should also take a look at whether these cars are as fuel efficient as each other, because we've got a Ferrari and a Porsche. They may be different. Let's have a look at that. So Vane, Labillion. Well, actually, they're both in Ferraris, so that just comes down to driving. It looks like a Vane is not revving it to the red line. A word of advice to anyone who's driving the Ferrari in this season: do not redline it. So I can see there, Vane's redlining it as well. Don't do that, my friend. You will just use more fuel, have a longer pit stop, and it's not going to make the car any faster. So if you are on manual transmission, ignore what it says on screen because it's always wrong. If you're on a manual transmission, you should be shifting just about where the end of the number 5 is on screen there, about there. And you will get the same amount of acceleration out of the car, but it'll use less fuel. So Carlsberg is our net leader once everyone pits. So there he is, and IQ going into the pits behind us. A Silly Shot picks up into second place. Now this long pit stop has shuffled the order for Rufus. He's fallen to the back. So from being our race leader at one point to now being down, I think, in a net 4th place. My head will catch up in a minute. But Mighty Kid then on with a good shot at a podium once everyone's pitted. We're still waiting for Vane and Labillion to pit. So he's in a net 3rd place, and yes, Rufus in a net 4th. He'll be wondering how that happened. Oh, I think he just put too much fuel in the car, I'm afraid. But I don't know how many laps are left, so we will have to see. Once I know how long these races are, I'll obviously put that into the commentary, but I've been drafted in here as your emergency commentator, so it's always a pleasure to commentate on these videos. Whilst we are watching these cars go around, I just want to quickly talk about something really important to me. Yeah, it's the lecture time. I am doing a charity walkathon. I prefer to call it a marathon. A 26-mile power walk around London in April, around the same time as the London Marathon. And I'm going to be doing this for charity, a charity called Action for ME. ME is an absolutely horrible condition to have. It basically makes you hurt all the time for no apparent reason. And Action for ME are amazing because the NHS doesn't give us enough help when you have that condition. I say us, I have it myself. So I'm raising money for them, and it would be an honour if you could check out the link that I'm going to put in the video, below the video, and consider making either a small donation or just share it with your friends and get them to donate instead. And that'd be great. So that's my piece to camera done. Let's get back to the race where things are getting a little bit stable at this point in the race. There's not so many battles going on track, other than Rufus and Mighty Kid. Now I could just see Mighty Kid had a bad corner exit there, and this has brought Rufus right onto him. Let's go on board, he's taking a tighter line on the inside is Rufus. Oh, getting a load of oversteer though, and he's not caught it, I could see that happening. I could see the wheels break loose, and I'm afraid that Rufus didn't really react to it. Let's just watch again. So he just gets a bit of lift off oversteer, and actually what he did is once he started to get the oversteer, he let go of the accelerator instead of powering through it. You kind of have to start drifting the car at that stage. So this is Rufus out of the battle for the podium now, and was that a safe rejoin as well? Actually, let's just have a look, because it looked to me like he just clattered Vane here. So Vane coming up, can see the yellow flags. Did Rufus join the track? Oh, unsafe rejoin. That is an unsafe rejoin, but he did let him go through. He did, so that is fine, doesn't need it. We don't like telling on people, we don't like going to the stewards for no reason. He let him through, yes, he rejoined right in front of him, but made amends straight away. But it doesn't unfortunately mean he's now down yet another place. Labillion coming into the pits. This is an interesting strategy for Labillion to have gone all the way on the mediums. It's very rare that you would take the mediums the whole race distance, but I'm assuming that we've got something like a 20-minute race or a 25-minute race. Looking at the fuel levels, yeah, I think we're going 25 minutes here, aren't we? Because these guys have got just under half a tank left. Let's have a look at the lap times. So Rufus has got the fastest lap, and quite a long way clear on that fastest lap as well, looking at it. These medium tyres won't be as fast, but there is a chance on low fuel on the medium tyres that these guys could nick the fastest lap back off Rufus. So let's see. Carlsberg then holding on to this lead, managing to avoid any of the silliness that's been happening, and I realise in second place we have Silly Shot. Silliness doesn't mean his driving, I just mean in general. Mighty Kid has got a bit of a gap here though to Silly Shot. Just trying to see if I can see anything on the lap times where that came from, but I think it was just that stuff at the start. Still recovering from it. Sorry for the yawn. I've had a long day. Very long day, 25 hours this day. Yeah. More than the usual 24. As Carlsberg brings us down into the Senna S. Let's see, is he going to hit that inside curb? He hits that inside curb, so does Silly Shot. Silly just getting a tiny nibble of the curb through the second part of the S, but he's got a good run actually. So Silly is gaining here. The Retroposta is not going to be long enough. That is a purple first sector for the Silly Shot. This is what I mean about the medium tyres. He's getting held up here though. Has he just kept it in the track limits there? I think so. Yeah, he's getting away with it there. But he has lost a lot of time there. He misjudged the run on Carlsberg, So now he's got to do that work again, but he'll know, well, if he can just keep doing the centre S just like he did then, that he's got every chance of catching Carlsberg into the Decina del Lago. I was going to say, I actually don't know the name of some of these corners, but some of them also don't have names. As we go through Magulio, a bit tentative there, not quite sure of his car, I don't think. Braking at the 50 metres, spot on. Sweeping across that inside, getting on the power. He's a bit too far behind on Carlsberg, but they are both in the same car here, both in those Porsches. I think this Porsche is a 4-cylinder. Listening to it, it sounds like old farts to me. I'd much prefer that 6-cylinder boxer engine in the older Porsche. This just sounds a bit bleh. But it is what it is. Maybe I'm too opinionated. Anyway, Mighty Kid, I think he got a bit out of shape there, didn't he, on the way into the Centre S, and a bit deep on that apex as well, so he's having to gather it up for the exit. It'll cost him a tiny bit of time as he comes down the Ristriposta. Let's see what else. Saw some dirt flying then with Vane. Vane just setting his fastest lap of the race, a 1:34.1, so 7/10 off the pace that Rufus was setting on the softs. And here is Rufus, talking of which, 1:34.1 versus 1:34.9 for Rufus. And just to show the potential of the cars, so Rufus 0.7 seconds more or less off the pace in sector 1 there compared to the softs, but Silly Shot proving that you can do the same time as the softs through the first sector, with his purple first sector that we saw on that last lap. So the pace is there. It's a question of, can any of these drivers unlock that pace out of the car? Well, that remains to be seen. I can't tell you where they're losing the time because I haven't driven the track or the cars. It'll be small things. You know, it might look neat on camera, but you'll see that to get those 7/10ths, you have to just do such small differences. Let's see where he's braking here. The cameraman went away as I was looking for the brake lights then. I was just going to see where he's braking. It's very difficult to judge the braking in Junção because 50 metres is there if you're brave. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, I thought he was coming into the pits then. I thought I saw brake lights. Nope. Look at that Ferrari struggling for speed there. As it reaches 145 miles an hour, it sort of flattens out. The engine just doesn't make no more power. But we are at that stage now where everyone's nice and spread out. And this is where I have to start telling corny jokes and coming up with things to say. Oh, I say that. Hey, so Silly Shot has caught Carlsberg. Here we go. Oh, and he's on the outside. He's going to switch to the inside. He's taking a wide line, cut back to the inside there, get a better exit. Is he going to tip to the inside? Yes, he is. He's taking all that curb. What's he going to be like on the brakes? Oh, he's moving closer. Look at the rear view mirror. He is stronger on the brakes. Is he stronger on the accelerator? It looks like they're about even on the accelerator, but he'll be in that slipstream now. And how do you get red lights? That won't pass an MOT. The Porsche with red headlights. Maybe they put the brake light bulbs in the headlights by mistake. You know, the Porsche engineers could have made a mistake there. This will be critical for Carlsberg to get through the Senna S smoothly, but look at this, Silly Shot is right all over him. Now Silly Shot has again gone just a bit too deep. But look at this also, Carlsberg is on fumes, so is Silly Shot. This probably is the last lap, so this is the fight for the win. Who is going to get it? Carlsberg defending for all his might here as we go through Decina del Lago for the last time. And it is nose to tail. There's about, I'd say, 3/10 between them here. Carlsberg just tucking to the inside and a wider line behind for Silly Shot. There's no grip out there though. Now he needs to tuck in, and it is declared this is the final lap. So here we go. Who's going to win? Pause the video, put it down in the comments. Who do you think is going to win this race? It's not going to be me, is it? Because I'm not in it. Silly Shot is trying his best here to get a better exit. And oh, he's just had to back out there though. I don't know why he's backed out there actually. He could have kept it flat out, I think. It would have kept... are we going to have a slipstream battle to the line though? Oh, this could go anyway. He's in the tow and following nose to tail here. It could go either way. Is he going to duck out of that tow at the last minute? Is the tow going to be powerful enough? It's Porsche versus Porsche, and it is Carlsberg versus Silly Shot, and Carlsberg takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlsberg first, Silly Shot in second, and Mighty Kid looks like, barring a miracle, is going to come third. There he is across the line, recovering to get a podium on his debut. And Vane moving up a few slots, taking advantage of Rufus's spin to bring it home in fourth place. Rufus will be disappointed with fifth, having started in second place on the grid, with Hoyland a very well-earned sixth place and IQ recovering back into seventh. Meanwhile, we have got Lebillion, who has managed to make up one position, bringing it home in eighth place. And it looks like something might have happened to Stealth. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It is 10 o'clock. It is time for my bed. I hope you enjoyed my return to commentary. If you did, whack a like on the video and do subscribe so that you don't miss out on the coming season. We've got another race here to go to after this. Same cars, same track. So I will see you there shortly. I've been Panic at the Tesco. You have been watching my video. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you next time. Good night.